guys, it is day one in Kentucky. Me and Coleman got in late last night, about 10 or 11 o'clock. Pulled a couple cameras, which one of them's right here, and one of them's about 200 yards that way, down this little creek right here. And there's plenty of good deer in here to shoot for sure. Today is Friday, November 14th, 13th, Friday the 13th, so maybe that'll bring us some luck and not bad luck. But we're way ahead of the game this year compared to last year, so hopefully we'll be able to get a couple good deer on the ground. So we got that big field over there, and then I'm just on the edge of this funnel, and these deer like to come out here. There's scrapes and rubs all over the edge of this place, so we're just going to give it a couple hours this morning and see what we can see. So hopefully we'll have a good trip. Getting in here a little bit late this morning. We came in right at daylight, and I was going to hang a stand in this bottom, and as soon as I got in here and set all my stuff down, I saw deer running all up in there, and it was 5 does, 2 grown deer and 3 babies, and then a little spike was chasing them, and they kind of ran up on me and spooked, and then I had 2 more spikes come down in here, and I'm actually in the same tree that I killed both of my deer in Kentucky last year. I killed a doe. That doe I killed was right down there, and then the buck I shot was on this side of the tree over here. So, great spot. Already seen 6, 7, 8 deer. So, it's about 8 o'clock, 7:45, 8 o'clock now, and I think we're going to try to sit till about 11, so we'll see what we can do. And hopefully we'll have some more action and some big deer walk through here. I know there's a ton of big deer here, so morning, day 2. Here we go. I'm going to try to have a pretty long sit this morning. Those first few does were running from, there was a little buttonhead chasing them. Evidently, he's old enough to start trying to breed, and so that mom and 2 babies come down through here, and he was behind it, the raggedy, mangy-looking deer, and then they ran over the top of the hill there, and then I guess that mama with the hurt leg and the 2 babies got up to come down here to feed. And when they were coming down the hill, he obviously stayed in the bottom and saw her, and so he went up there and started chasing her. And so she pretty much just made a loop and went right back in that thick stuff where she left, and then sounds like Tony singing. Guys, the house about 150 yards up there on the hill. What's going on, guys? Today is Sunday, November 15th, day 3 up here in Kentucky. We had a big front come through last night and rained from like 4 to like 8 o'clock this morning. It was really, really rainy. And then it blew on through and the skies cleared up, and it's been really, really windy the rest of the day. So we didn't hunt this morning, but we hung a stand. That's going to be a good morning sit for tomorrow and Tuesday. And then we come in here, and I'm hunting on the edge of this cornfield. There's like a big clear cut, or a big hay field that hasn't been cut out here in front of me that the deer like to bed in a lot, and then just move through. And then a little transition area right here. The spot's kind of thick as far as like where I'm sitting. It's hard for me to see and get a lot of shots. So they're gonna have to kind of come out of these woods or in these woods right here for me to be able to get a shot. But from what we've seen, how the deer move through this, I ought to still have a pretty good chance. More or less just taking a little bit of pressure off of my good spots in the middle of the creek in there, and just hoping to get lucky and have a big buck come by cruising or chasing a doe or something like that. So we're gonna sit tight. It's gonna be a windy, not so cold evening, but like I said, it's November 15th, so rut's happening, and you gotta be in the stand to kill one. So. It's day 4 here in Kentucky. It is Monday, November 16th, and big cold front this morning. It's probably teetering right on 32 degrees this morning, 35, 32 right in there. These bottoms are frosted, but it's not a full-blown frost. After 7:30 right now. I just saw my 12th deer of the morning. When I finished the interview, the last interview, there were deer down here, and it ended up being 4 does, and a spike was chasing them. And they got over here and got right under my stand and spooked, and they went up the hill and went in the woods over there. But they didn't blow or anything. They just kind of trotted off of me. They walked like 4 feet under my tree. It was just way too close. But I just had a deer come down this hill at an angle away from me, and it looked like a pretty nice apeborn. Not a monster or anything, probably like a 100-inch deer. I'm not sure if he's
Rick.
Boom, baby, yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you, Lord. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was like 5 yards. I didn't even hear him. I just looked up at like 40 yards and I saw a shadow moving and I like leaned out and I just saw a frame and I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, gotta get my bow, turn on my camera on, pop this on, grab that. I'm jacked up right now. This tree right here is the stand that I killed that deer out of last year. My big deer, right there. I shot him underneath that tree at 30 yards. And that was like 4 or 5 yards. That's the 13th deer I've seen this morning. 13. I saw 13 deer. And it's 8:30, so I've been sitting here 2.5 hours. So I got back on the blood here, and he bled like crazy, especially once he hit this tree right here. And my arrow is over half of my arrow somewhere, but I can't find it. I think I'll be able to find it, bright white and yellow fletchings, but you see where he smacked this tree and bled all over it? There's one of my veins right there, but I can't find the line for some reason. Check that blood out. This dude was just pouring blood. That'll work right there. That'll work all day. That is a big old swole up neck deer right there. What a muzzy hybrid on there, and I'm assuming it's deep down inside of him right there, but you can see the bleeder blades and then the big blades right there. Just a perfect little full cut going in right there. Pretty as you can please. That's awesome. Big buck down, baby. Alright guys, well, we got down here and followed the blood a little bit. It's just a crazy awesome blood trail, and it just once the arrow snapped off and it opened up, he started pouring blood. But like I said, it didn't get a exit hole over here, but the broadhead's poking me in the leg down here, so it went all the way through him pretty good. But just a pretty gnarly deer here. He's got a big broke off piece right here on his main beam, and he's a deer that Coleman and them had on camera, and we just called him like the big gnarly deer. Big gnarly because he's got all this bladed and palmation and kickers, and he's only a mainframe 6 or so, I guess, but he's got about 10 or 11 points. They've got junk everywhere, but he's been running through some stuff. He's got all these cuckleburrs in his head and everything, and just a stud of a deer. And I'm happy to put my tag on him for sure. I ended up
missing the shot a little bit. He just got so close, and I just didn't want to mess up the opportunity of getting the kill, you know. So I discarded the camera, but I was able to see him fall. I'm only about 50 yards from my stand right here, so that was pretty cool. But just an all-around awesome trip, awesome hunt. Saw a ton of deer down here, and just very thankful and blessed to be able to come out here, and very appreciative of it for sure.